Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and a lot of you have been asking about the landmarks for the Chaos Dwarfs. There's actually a fair few that have been added in, so in this video we're going to do so. Now the drill itself moves depending on the faction you decide to play. So if you decide to play as Drazhof, you'll have access to it from the very beginning. If you decide to play as Zatan, that would be the same thing. So you've already got a pretty powerful landmark that moves with you. Now, there are a few others, though, which are pretty damn good. Like, for example, here, if you decide to play as Astrogoth at the beginning, or if you just take over Uzkulak, you have the Ancient Inner City, which provides unlock hero recruitment for Bull Center Taurox, all provinces, which is amazing, hero recruitment rank +2 for Bull Centaur Taurox, faction-wide, and finally upkeep -10% for Bull Centaur Renderer units, faction-wide. Bull Centaurs, as you are aware, are very, very strong, so being able to run a few in your armies is going to be obviously quite useful. Zarnagarund, which is the capital of the Chaos Dwarfs, is a quite good one. You see here, Conclave Influence gained +25 per turn, income generated +500, Winds of Magic Powers of Capacity +5 for all armies, Diplomatic Relations +10 with Chaos Dwarfs, Character Experience gain +5% for all characters, Research Rate +10%, and Chaos Undivided Corruption +5 for local province. It's going to take a while for you to get this if you do it with the whole Confederation stuff, or you can take it by force, but it's quite a difficult city to take by force, believe me. In the Howling Wastes in the Sentinel settlement, try saying that 3 times fast, you have the following bonuses. Maximum cargo capacity +10% for convoys, and income from trade tariffs +50%. Trade I've not seen too useful, but the cargo stuff has been very, very useful. Especially once you get multiple convoys running at the same time, you're going to be able to get a lot more cash, and then by that point, you've got a more stable economy, as the economy at the very beginning isn't too easy, but then gets a lot easier as you start expanding. In the Black Fortress, which is your start with Joseph, you also get access to the Infernal Barracks, which provides the following. Unlocks Hero Recruitment Infernal Castellan for all provinces. Hero Recruit rank +2 for Infernal Castellans for all provinces once again, and upkeep -10% for Infernal Guard units for all armies, which is actually pretty good. Castellans are actually very good heroes too. I've been using them quite heavily in my stream yesterday. Just the one specific one, but he's really stacked up and he does a lot of damage. A very, very good hero. In the Plane of Bones at the Bone Gulch, you have the Dragon Graveyard, which has the following benefits. Upkeep -5% for Lamassus, Great Taurus, and Bale Taurus units faction-wide. There's a lot of faction-wide stuff, as you can see. Physical resistance +10 for Taurus units faction-wide, and ability number of uses +2 for all Bale Taurus attacks faction-wide. As you might know, the Bale Taurus has a few attacks that they can do, and yeah, it's fairly decent, especially if you're going to be hitting them from above before getting a good charge in. Overall, pretty good bonuses, especially the upkeep production. You can't go wrong with upkeep production. The Bloodthirster Prison, which is in the Wolflands and sounds amazing, has the following benefits. Unlocks hero recruitment Demon Smith Sorcerers for all province. Winds of Magic Powers of Capacity +5 for faction-wide, and finally hero recruit rank +2 for Demon Smith Sorcerers, all provinces once again. Pretty good bonuses in all honesty, and yeah, how do you keep a Bloodthirster in prison? I mean, you're a Chorf, and that makes sense. But I want details. I want details. There's another landmark in the Wolflands, which is the Volcanic Deposits, and this is in the Tower of Gorgoth itself. The flavor text is quite nice, and the bonuses are pretty good too. So you get income generated +300, raw materials 400 per turn when workload requirements are met, workload +250. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's actually going to be a bit better for you to get some extra raw materials. I really should go for this settlement during my livestream campaign, which, by the way, I should be live while this video is out, and we'll be continuing our Drazhof campaign on twitch.tv/TheGreatBookOfGrudges. Pop by, say hi. At Bitter Bay, there's some sort of landmark, but unfortunately it's bugged. I've reported this to Creative Assembly already, so yeah, that should be fixed by the time it goes live. Just kind of weird. I mean, it happens. At the end of the day, you know, there's a lot of things coming in this patch and stuff does get fixed before release, but I just wanted to mention it. Zatan has access to a pretty beefy one in the Valerie, so this is his start position. Upkeep -15% for Hobgoblin units in all armies. That's absolutely amazing, seeing as Hobgoblins are going to be a core unit for you for a while. Recruitment costs -30% for Hobgoblin units faction-wide. Not so useful, because you won't really notice the recruitment cost too much. But recruit rank +3 for Hobgoblin units, faction-wide too, absolutely awesome. If you play as Zatan, like, he has the easiest campaign, I think, out of all the 3 Chaos Dwarf Lords as far as I've been playing. And having that upgrade reduction, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's why I was hoping to stream Zatan yesterday, but we ended up doing Drazov, which is still fun campaign, don't get me wrong. There's a lot that's really fun, but having the bonus there is just useful. And again, proving that Zatan has a pretty good time here, we've got the War Machine Graveyard in the Eastern Steppes with the following bonuses. Base healing cap plus 50% for War Machine units, all armies. Very useful, obviously, to heal them up and keep them going. Upkeep minus 5% for artillery and war machine units, all armies. Now, you might be wondering why war machine and artillery have different distinctions, and that's because the Hell Cannon, I believe, as far as I've seen, is classified as artillery. And then finally, armaments 50 per turn, which is really good. Not only because you can unlock more units, but early on, if you want to send your caravans out for more cash, armaments are definitely the ones that provide more in terms of actual money. So you can actually field a few more units or, you know, get some certain buildings sorted. It's definitely very useful. But that's not all, as there is one more and a quite impressive one. The Deface Shrine at Karak Kadrin. Yeah, you get to insult your former kin by taking over the shrine to Grimnir and desecrating it. And I think that's really, really cool. So what it provides is diplomatic relations minus 20 with other dwarf factions, Chaos Undivided Corruption plus 5, and finally the ability Death Blow for Infernal Guard and Infernal Iron Sworn units in all armies, which I think is cool because that means that they'll fight kind of like Slayers. The idea is, I really like this, like it is getting revenge, and I think that is such a sweet little thing to add in here. This is as far as I've seen for all the landmarks. I've searched around all the maps. I've gone for everything. This is, by the way, Immortal Empires, if you haven't noticed. Sadly, nothing at Karazakarak, but I imagine that they wouldn't see that place as too valuable anyway, just taking it over and, you know, turning it into a settlement. But I really do like the Karak Kadrin one. I think that that is such a lovely little bit of fluff there, because it fits, right? You would go and desecrate a shrine, right? Even the flavor text, you know, the place where Grimnir abandoned us, I shall give him something to remember me by, the traitorous swine. Like, that is so good. That is so freaking good. I've done my best to search for everything, but I think this is all of them. You'd also have to keep notes that there are a few, like, landmarks that you'll get naturally. For example, the Dragon Isles, there's one there, which is, you know, the usual one that you can get in Kulgaf's place, Sea Dragon's Teeth, I believe it's called. That one is available to you, so you can actually go pick that one up. And obviously the ports in Marienburg and Erengrad, those are both available for you, and they will provide some pretty good bonuses after all, because extra cash. But yeah, all of them are pretty good. I'm quite happy with all the landmarks here. They're all very close to each other, which makes sense from a lore perspective. You're not going to be able to get them very early on anyway, because, well, let's be honest, you know, you've got to either fight them or confederate them, and it makes sense not to fight the only other possible allies that you have. Confederation is going to take a bit of time. But yeah, all in all, I think these are good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's start a bit of a discussion, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. There's a lot to come.